And don't forget, be sure to subscribe to my channel and tap the bell for notifications.
Excuse me. Hey guys, all right, so let's get this show started, you guys. So it's been a couple days since I've done a video, and definitely a couple days since I've done a live. And I wanted to go live tonight and talk about some metrics on a video that, or excuse me, a marketing campaign I ran over the weekend. So a few weeks ago, I filmed a video for the channel. It's called something about understanding the 1% of marketing. And the general idea behind it is that when you are running ads to a cold market, regardless of how much, almost regardless of how much money you put out on the ad, you're going to get 1% of people to click. It doesn't mean that they're going to purchase it, but it means they're going to click or be engaged in your brand. And I did a big long video about this about 2 or 3 weeks ago. But I ran some ads over the weekend when I had the 1% happen to me again, which is actually a good thing. I joked that it was like, oh no, it strikes again, but it's funny because you can realistically count on the 1% happening every single time, even if your marketing knowledge is not very good, or if you don't feel like you're a very skilled marketer. You can still rely on the 1% because it's kind of like this law of the universe. It's the law of statistical probability, and it's out of your control. So that's the good news. So what is this I'm talking about? So I went ahead and I ran an ad on YouTube over the weekend, and I spent $50. And you guys, I'm going to pull this up. I don't believe I can show my screen on this version, but I plan on putting a screenshot. I'm going to edit this live and then bring it on into the final version and post it as a video. So you'll be able to see it. But I'm going to go ahead and pull up my YouTube stats, and I'm going to read them to you and explain to you what happened and kind of my experience with running my ad. Now, the first thing to know and understand is the ad that I decided to run over on my YouTube channel. There's different kinds of ads that you can run. So if you have any experience with Facebook, then you might know or remember that over on Facebook, you have the opportunity to create a blog post of some sort on your page, and then you can boost it, or what we call, just put a couple dollars behind it. And what that will do is just kind of serve your ad up to people who are already on your platform with you, who know, like, and trust you, or people who are brand new who've never heard of you. So those are your two choices. So it's a common technique over on Facebook to run an ad for boost a post for a couple dollars, let it run for a couple days, and see if you can't get some people to engage and just keep brand awareness, as we call it, in front of people. So because I'm growing my YouTube channel over here on YouTube, I decided to I've been running this low dollar ad in the background up to $5. Some days it's only $2, some days it's only $3, and some days it's $5. I just kind of change the budget around and kind of mess with it. But it's always been running in the background. And if you've watched my channel for any length of time, you'll see that the viewership and the channels has been growing and going up on the channel. And a lot of that has to do with my ability to drive paid targeted ads to the videos already on my channel. So the strategy here is that I took about 7 videos that are already on my channel, and I decided to increase the budget from $5 a day to $50 in a day. And when I did that, we had some really cool, predictable statistics that I will be putting a screenshot right about here in the final edit. And I just want to share with you guys the results because it was pretty cool. So the result of basically boosting a video, the idea behind it is that I've got 4 or 5 videos on my channel, maybe 6, where I am boosting as a post, as it were, in the news feeds based on keywords that I'd picked. So keywords work basically, it's like the idea of saying if anybody types in these keywords ever in a search inside of Google or YouTube, I want you to go show my little ad for one of my videos on this channel, like what is a sales funnel, or what is the best sales funnel, or is ClickFunnels expensive? Go show them that on the right hand side of their YouTube screen, and maybe they'll click on it. Okay, so the idea behind it is not to get them to all click through off to a website or anything like that. It was simply to get engagement to click on it and then bring it to my channel. And that was it. So that was the goal. And because I'm trying to build up my viewership over here on YouTube. Okay, so I am in my ads manager at the moment, and again in the final cut, this will be spelled out. So I ran the ad in the middle of the day on Saturday. So it was Saturday the 22nd, February 22nd through the 22nd. What's my date range here? Okay, so on the 22nd, I went ahead and I ran the $5 per day, and I turned it on around 11 a.m. or I think it was 11 a.m. And because I had about 65 or 70 keywords, immediately it was like turning on this fire hose. It was incredible. And the keywords flew out into the universe, and all of a sudden people started clicking, and it started just rolling in real time. I have footage of this. I'll include it in this video. I literally recorded me holding over my mouse. In the back office of YouTube, you can see how many people are currently watching your videos live. And all of a sudden it was, 89, 104, 150, 200, 230. And I was like, oh my gosh, what's happening? And it just flew until it hit that $50 budget. So with that $50 budget, and that basically took it less than an hour, by the way, to hit that, is so it went a little bit over budget. So it was $53.39 that was spent, and of that, it was served 57,000 times, 214. So that's how many times they put it in the news feed, and had the opportunity for 57,000 people to click on my ad, right? And then what's so fascinating is the interaction rate so it's not always exactly 1%. So that's the other thing I teach on the channel. So especially as your ads run a little bit longer over time, you're going to have the opportunity. Sometimes it'll be under 1%, but the goal is to be at 1% or higher, because that's just kind of the industry metric of, like, if you have a good message to market match, then it's going to be over 1. So the campaign here is reading here. So we have basically 57,000 impressions, and we have 520 people who have clicked to go look and watch the videos. Okay, so the interaction rate was 0.91%, which is, as you know, just right on top of the 1%. So my average cost per video view of the people who did click through was only 10 cents. Okay, so $53, so basically $50 for 50,000 impressions got me 500 views. Boom, boom, boom. And that's basically 1%. If we round down, and so what happens is the more engagement you get on your ads, as your ads are running in the news feed, the higher the interaction rate, the percentage, the cheaper that your ads will be. So I did the same experiment the very next day on Sunday, February 23rd. I ran the exact same ads for the exact same budget, and pretty much during the same time of day. And I wanted to see what the difference would be. Even I was perfectly happy with a 10-cent view. That's on par with what we see over on Facebook for a video view engagement ad. So the statistics were matching. I was on a different platform, but I was getting the same results, same kind of results. So the next day I ran same general time of the day, so somewhere between 11 and 1 p.m. my time, Pacific time. I ran a $50 budget. So in total, it was $51.54. But because the interaction rate was higher on Sunday, it was 1.19%. That extra 0.2020%, they gave me more views as people were interacting. So instead of 500, interaction views, 50,000 impressions the next day, I ended up getting 60,000 impressions, which resulted in 715 views instead of 500 for the same amount of money. Does that make sense? So the more engagement you get, drives the cost down, and the overall cost on day 2 was 7 cents per view, right? So I didn't run it a third day on Monday, which was today, but it was really cool to run it for 2 different days and see if the what the engagement and the rates were going to be on the click-throughs. Does that make sense, you guys? So I want you to guys to understand like how awesome that is. So even if that had been any kind of ad on any platform, you can always count on the 1%. You're always see. I really do feel like people get hung up on the fact of knowing, is my ad going to work? Are people going to like my ad? Now it's very possible that you would have a less than 1% click through, but what you need to understand is that people are going to click no matter what, without your effort. And that's the whole point of running ads, right? You guys, thank you for coming out and attending my live stream. Thank you for putting up with the tech issues. Hope you enjoyed it. So you guys take care, and I will see you in the next one. So take care.